What's going on YouTube? JT Born here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic reviews. And in this video, we're talking about House of Brainiac, or Superman issue number 13, House of Brainiac Part 2. This is the second part of this House of Brainiac event, and the first part came out in Action Comics, and then it'll pick up again in Action Comics. There's also some tie-in issues like Power Girl and I think Green Lantern as well, but I don't really intend to read the tie-in issues. I just kind of want to read the main stuff. Maybe I will check out some kind of after the fact, after it gets uploaded basically on the DC Infinite app. But in the meantime, I'm just going to kind of stick with if it's listed as number 2 and then number 3 and so on and so forth. I think there actually is an issue 2.5. I may check that out. But basically the stuff written by Williamson is the stuff I intend to read. But with all that said, the first part of the House of Brainiac event I thought was really a great start to this thing. Like, it set the stage for all this stuff going on. You get kind of like a nice lead into the heavy conflict. It doesn't need to have like 100 other books tied into it per se. It set the stage basically. Like I said, Superman's family is basically taken off the playing board, the super family, if you will, various villains and Lex Luthor and everyone. So Superman is pretty much on his own. Like, he is facing insurmountable odds and he needs the help of one man, and that man we come to find out is Lobo. So basically what's been going on here is Lobo's been at this bar here. He's basically been quarantined on Earth. I guess some stuff going on in the current Green Lantern comic books. I haven't read Green Lantern in quite a while, aside from maybe a tie-in to an event, but for the most part, I've been just kind of sticking to, main Batman books, Superman, and a few other things for the most part, but I have not read Green Lantern in a while. Same thing with The Flash. I was reading all the stuff up to, like, through Rebirth, through the Jeremy Adams stuff, but I haven't really read much of the Cy Spurrier stuff. It just didn't really, like, engage me at first. Maybe I have to go back and kind of read that stuff after the fact, if you will. But anyway, so like I said, Lobo is quarantined here. Superman comes in. They do get into a bit of a fight. There is some great-looking artwork. Williamson was the main writer on this thing, with Rafa Sandoval being the main artist on this particular issue. And Superman and Lobo are going to have to kind of work together to stop the Kazarian army and Brainiac. So on Brainiac's ship, if you will, the cool-looking Skull ship, all these different heroes and villains have been apprehended. And Brainiac is acting a little bit different than he kind of normally does, because normally he's just about bottling up places and accumulating knowledge. But after so long, he's been accumulating so much knowledge, but like he kind of feels empty, like he's missing something. So now he kind of wants to create something new and powerful. But Brainiac Prime, if you will, is kind of sick right here. Like, when he tries to get stronger or activate a little bit, then he starts puking all this other stuff. So something is clearly going wrong with him. Maybe all this knowledge has finally gotten to him and his body just can't take it anymore. So while that's going on, Superman and Lobo have to team up. Now, the United Planets has quarantined Earth. Like I said, this is the stuff going on in Green Lantern. So they have to kind of get these little ships to kind of sneak past everything. And, of course, like I said, with Supercorp there, like, he has to get this, Superman gets this cool-looking bicycle thing, and Lobo gets his motorcycle in space, if you will. And it all looks pretty cool, but they're basically taken on full-on force by the Kazarians, and that's kind of where that section ends of the issue. And then the stuff with Brainiac, he seems to kind of be wanting to build this life form, which looks to be, I guess, the Brainiac Queen. It's going to lead to absolute power and all that, which is that upcoming event, then new line launch. I don't exactly know how it's all going to work, to be honest. I'm just going to kind of check things out as they kind of come out like weekly or monthly or whatever. So we'll see what DC kind of does. So like I said, I don't 100% know for sure. But yeah, so that's going on. Everyone else is kind of trapped in there. And basically, Kara, because given her history with members of the Brainiac species, is able to kind of shrink them all down to size. And, well, at least her and Connor, or Connell, if you will. And now they were able to escape their prison, but now they're very miniaturized. So we'll see how they get out of the situation next. But that's basically the issue and the storyline that happens within a nutshell. Part 2 of this event, so far, really good. I like the first part a little bit more, obviously. This one's a lot more talk heavy. But the first part's supposed to be the exciting lead-in. This one is a good follow-up to it. We get to see Superman apprehensively having to work with Lobo, who was, like I said, originally like the last of his kind. I guess he hunted them all down or something, but I'm going to assume Brainiac basically captured this bunch of them, bottled them up for the longest time, so before Lobo went and kind of took everyone else out. I mean, he obviously has it for the while. I mean, Crush came in and then other characters as a result, but, to each their own, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, some good stuff right there. I like the interactions between Superman and Lobo in this thing. Them being forced to team up is kind of fun, because Lobo is Lobo. Lobo's a fun character. Like, he's not the most likable character, but that's kind of the charm of him. Just seeing him have to play off Superman's generally more so Boy Scout persona. Although this time around, even Lobo kind of points out how Superman is just, you can just feel the rage off him. That's a side of him that he's not really necessarily used to. And like I said, that's the kind of guy Superman is, usually upstanding, but he's not above getting angry and ticked off from time to time. And you do not want to be on the other side of an angry, ticked off Superman. So the stuff with Brainiac is kind of interesting. I don't know what's fully going on with him. Like, he seems to want to create this new life form, which I think is supposed to be the upcoming Brainiac Queen or whatever. But then you have Lex Luthor, who wants to kind of have him, like, he wants to trade Superman for his own daughter's sake. So, like, we get to see a more protective side of Lex, but I feel like Brainiac's kind of playing him a little bit right there because, well, Brainiac's this 12th level intellect or whatever, 12th, 13th, I don't exactly know, but he's very, very smart character. So Lex always has like some other like scheming reasons, but it's interesting seeing a more protective Lex of his own kid, and so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so part 2 of House of Brainiac so far, really solid so far. Hopefully the rest of the event can kind of maintain that momentum. Generally not really interested in reading much of the tie-ins. Like I said, all the little tidbits or whatever they'll let you know, like, oh, hey, this happened in this tie-in issue, so you don't necessarily have to read it, but it kind of helps expand and add some sprinkle extra layers, if you will, for this thing. I think making these events just simple crossovers between the two main books and not oversaturating it with it is the smartest idea that they could do, because sometimes when you have so many different events, if you will, going on at once, it just gets kind of, or too many issues, it just becomes too exhausting to follow. But like I said, if you maintain it to just Superman Action Comics and then maybe one little special issue in there, not too bad, all things considered. So, but this is a pretty good storyline so far. Like the first issue a lot. Second issue is good. Not quite as good as the first one, obviously, because like I said, that one set the stage and was really exciting. Everyone in there and art and everything looked fantastic. But this is a pretty good follow-up, and it's fun seeing Superman forced to team up with Lobo and seeing what's really going on with Brainiac. So I say check it out. But anyways, what did you all think of Superman number 13? What do you think of this event so far? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with friends, subscribe to your channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications, all that fun stuff. I got to get going, and I will see you all in the next video. Got more DC comic reviews coming up this week. Got Titans, and I think World's Finest, and then I think I should be caught up, but I want to kind of get basically like one a day for right now, or maybe I'll get 2 out tomorrow. I don't exactly know. I'm just kind of winging it as I do this stuff, so yeah, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.